All right, folks, listen, I'm back at it again, doing what I do best. Today, we finna make a Southern style smothered pork chop, super easy. And guess what, folks? This time, I'm not finna use them big, thick ones. We finna do them like how they come in the family pack. Let's get it. Okay, so look, we going over the ingredients as I always do. I like to fly over them. As you can see, look, it's not a whole lot to this. Remember, sometimes simple just works, right? So you see these ingredients, and don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put them right here in this cast iron skillet. Okay, so look, when I tell you simple, I mean simple. You can make these really, really quick, right? So get yourself a small bowl. Now I've already measured everything out. You guys know it's on my website, right? So listen, we put this in here like that. We get this like just a pinch of salt, and then we're gonna come with the fresh cracked black pepper, right? All I'm gonna do is mix this up, and then we're gonna season our pork chops front and back. All right, so this is what it looks like, right? So just get yourself a whisk, whisk it together. If you gotta do it old school, right? Do it like my granny did it. Use a fork. However you gotta do it, let's do it. Right, so we got that done. Now, I'm gonna put this here. Let me move it out. Here. I just have this here just like this so that I can take it and just, work my chop. Make sure I season it properly, right? The reason I'm doing this right away, this is key right here because we want this to soak in, right? Now, these are thin. You do not have to. It's up to you. You can marinate your pork chops. I like to marinate. If you've been following me for a minute, that's my thing, right? Marinating chicken, pork chops, stuff like that, right? So we're going to do it like this because these are thin. These will be ready so quick. They'll stay juicy. We get the right temp. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below. What's the right temp when pork chops are ready, when pork is ready? Okay, so you can see how that's seasoned, right? Look. I'm gonna hold it on this side. I'm gonna say this, I'm sure a lot of people know, but just in case that 1 or 2 people that didn't know, look, if you hold it up this way, you gotta get high, and then you sprinkle, you get even coverage, folks. Now, a lot of times you see me down a little closer because we trying to get a close up, that's why. But the proper way to season something would be to just hold it up high, right, and just add it on. Then you can give it a little spank, like that, and it should look like something like that. Look at that. Oh, yeah, folks. I'll set my chops to the side. I'm letting them, do their thing. Let it marinate with the seasoning on it, right? So now we're going to take our flour. Right? Then you remember the little bit of seasoning that we had left over? We add that there. You got to season your flour, right? Now, I've been having a debate with a young lady on the internet. She was like, why do you need to season your flour when you season your, your protein, and that's enough? And she said she never had no problems, right? But I'm telling you, if you season your protein, and that's gonna be our, our pork chops, and you season this right here, this will be fire. And don't forget, I use and have developed a low sodium, product right here. This is it right here for pork, chicken. This is truly my AP, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this to it too. If you don't have it, you guys can use seasoning salt or any other low sodium product that you guys have in there, right? So we just add that in there just like you see, all right? And then we just whisk it together, all right, just like this. And then if you guys think it's crazy, I'll tell you, you gotta taste your flour. If your flour tastes like it's seasoned to you, that's your insurance right there. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm using my cast iron. You guys use whatever pan you have, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm gonna do. I already got a fire underneath the bottom of this. So I'm starting to heat that up. It's just a little bit of a low/medium flame, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some oil down here, right? Now, you only want enough just to coat the bottom. We're not trying to fry it, completely, like submerge it, right? So we have it here. We leave it like it is right here. Help it. And then we just let that heat do the work. You'll notice it'll start to shimmer. Of course, it's gonna shimmer in the beginning, right here in the center, because the heat, the fire is underneath it, but we need it to spread all the way out. Once that comes up to temp, then we start adding our, pork chops. Okay, so when you see a shimmer like that, I'm hoping the camera's picking it up. That lets me know that we just about ready. All right, so now that my oil is right, I'm gonna take this and we're just gonna put it in here. Notice what I'm doing. I'm pushing it on there. I like to pat it down, right? Now, we're not trying to make no breading, right? It's just to give it, you know, a little bit of texture and to help it fry, right? So the key thing is you want to shake off all your excess, right? We take this, we go ahead and put this right here in the middle like that, and we let that work. Then I'm gonna take my next one and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. No need for me to keep showing you guys this right here, because look, this already is redundant right here. We just get it, pat it in like this, you know? Oh yeah, this is it. I'll just set that right there, and then I'll do another one. Okay, then after like about a minute and a half, you should have something look like that. If you still got that medium flame, then you just want to flip it over. Okay, so look, after a couple of minutes, you know what I mean? Because we really just trying to put a little color on there, right? I'm gonna stick this in here like this. We're gonna look at it right here. We don't want to cook this. But again, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, listen, at 141, that tells me that the pork chop is done and it's nice and juicy. So now, we didn't have that, right? We was at 122. I look at the back. I mean, that's kind of like good, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna finish these up, right? So now, I just let this drain, right? We put this here, and now we're gonna do the rest. All right, so while we frying up our last pork chop, now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and, you know, prep your onion, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them like this. All right, you see that right there? You guys can cut them any kind of way you want to and put as much onion in your gravy as possible. You know, that's my thing anyway. So a lot of people don't want to do it like that, so I'll discard that. All this is gonna get rendered down, you know what I mean? Even when they break like that, that's cool. You'll have some rings, but when I say onion gravy, this is what I mean. Okay, so you can see those are done, right? So now, after we cut down our onions, listen, you already got oil and everything in there, seasoned flour. Now you want to add your onions. Now it might have looked like I had a whole lot of onions in the very beginning, but just watch as these cook down. Okay, so you see how soft these are getting? They starting to caramelize. Look at that right there. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring these over here like this. And the reason I'm doing that, because I'm gonna press my garlic, folks. So look, just got them in. You guys check them out. You know what I mean? I got the garlic press. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you why I'm so happy with it, you know? So when I put it in like this, right? And when I squeeze it, what I wanna do is get everything right here on the top, right? So now I'll just take this. It just cuts down on your time, you know? Now, look. So we don't burn it, we just keep it moving, right? Just like that. Now I'm getting ready to come with my butter. Right, we'll let that work. Look at them onions. See how soft those are? Yes, sir. Once my butter melts, and then I'm getting ready to sprinkle in the remainder of my flour. All right, so we just add that in like this. And then we work that in. Cook that flour taste out, folks. Come on, butter. See how it's foaming? That's it. Remember all that flavor that we left behind after frying the pork chops? You guys already know this is about to be fire. Right? So after about, I'm gonna say 1 minute, right? We're just cooking that out. Now I'm getting ready to come with my broth. Look at that there, folks. Now, we want this to all get hot. We want to cook this down a little bit, and we want to get it to thicken up just a little bit, right? So we want to make sure we got a medium flame underneath the bottom, and I can feel it. It's starting to thicken up. Now, you see this thickness right here, y'all? And remember them onions? You were saying, man, that's a lot of onions. Where them onions at now? You know what I mean? It's not as many. I could have probably put twice as much, you know what I mean, for my liking, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just add my milk in. Yes, sir. All right, so you see this right here? Let me just show you. You don't want it to be super thick. And I know y'all right now, while you watching this video, somebody thinking like, man, do I got any rice in the refrigerator left over? But if not, you guys are finna get some, right? Look at this gravy, right? So we'll just take that. Now I'm gonna come back to my pork chops and just bring these, and I'm finna settle these in just like that. All right. You can go ahead and take yourself some gravy and just put it right here over the top. Now, you're gonna need a meat thermometer. That's the way I do it, folks. It only take about 10 minutes because these, pork chops I made right here were a little bit on the thin side. I don't always have to have them 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick, right? Like I say, sometimes just simple works. Plus you can get a value pack, you know what I mean? A family pack. Put some of that onion over here on there too, like that. And we just let them work. And then we let these cook for a minute. Once these get down to, get up to 145 internally, we take them out. Okay, so these, I just had the top off. I just checked them. They ready. I just put it on while I put on another set of gloves, right? So let me give you guys a pro tip. Notice I'm finna break my lid. Once I break it like this, I break it away from myself. That way, if I break it up this way, I don't catch no burns, right? Just a little tip, man, to help us all. Now, I done already turned off my fire, but look at this right here. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Ooh, my goodness, folks. All right, so after seeing all of this, we got to take some pictures. That's what already brought you here. But I'm going to take this here. We're going to take that. I know y'all see them onions and all of that. We're just going to lay that right there on the side, right? And then for me, I told you I like to have me a little onion everywhere, right? So let's just go ahead and put that on there like that. If you guys want to get some more, you can, Ooh-wee. So let me take a few pictures. You know what I mean? Let me know, would you do rice or would you do gravy? All right, so you see it. Look, I'm finna go in here, give me a little bit more gravy. You know what I mean? So we just take it, just add it on here. I like to have gravy, all over my rice, right? And did I say I like onion? You know what I mean? Let's get a little bit more onion too. Now, what I'm gonna do, it's time to go ahead and knock this off, right? So let's go ahead and get us a bite. Ah, it's so tender. You know, I'm gonna put this fork in there. Look how deep it went in there. You know what I mean? You don't need a. Oh, I ran up on the. As you can see, look, you don't need a fork. You know what I mean? I can cut this, with the edge of my knife. You want to get a little bit of this right here, and I want y'all to come in here and take a look at that. Look at this bite that I'm about to get right here. This is what you guys can get too. You know what I mean? If I'm shaking a little bit, that's because I am hungry. Hey, so with that being said, cheers, y'all. Almost ran in place. Hold on. I'm really at a loss of words. For one, I might be biased. Listen, I love smothered pork chops, no matter what the thickness is. Thick, small, thin, fat, however you do it, I love it. I want you guys to let me know, what would you serve this with? I like mine over rice. Some of you guys might want to have it over mashed potatoes, but either way, let's have it over something. Now, with that being said, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. You guys might like the fact that I didn't overtalk. You know why? Because I'm ready to dig in. I'm out. Peace.